Behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
Welcome back, folks, for another great day at the Chezy Championship. We're starting off qualification match 57 with a strong autonomous mode, 94-42 on the Red Alliance, doing their lollipop auto, getting those center coral. Close autonomous mode, 47-44. Red Alliance with a very slight lead, but it's going to be anyone's game at this point, folks. 604 doing their little cute launch of the algae up into that red barge. Up and over once again for the Leland High School team. Miso Mechanics, they are on fire on the Red Alliance. Putting up coral after coral on that red reef. Over on Blue Alliance, we've got Link with the Citra Circuits clone bot. They're doing the exact same thing, coral after coral after coral. It's too much to handle. (973) and Link, algae up and in. A little bit of an overshot for the gray bots. That's going to put an extra algae on the Red Alliance side of the field. If Red capitalizes on that, that could be the difference maker with this 131 to 135 or 135 all tied match. A minute remaining in the score. 604 getting the last algae off the reef for the Red Alliance. Tossing it up and in. (94-96), their Link over on the red side of the field. They are trying to steal algae from the red side of the field, but they're having some trouble collecting that game piece. Maybe an elevator issue? Something's not going right. There it goes. Oh, no, now it's wrong. Wishing them the best of luck as they figure that out in time for the end game. 973 lining up for their cage climb. 8 seconds remaining with 195 to 183. It's going to come down to this end game. 2 robots in the air for blue, 2 in the air for red. We will see how this gets scored at the end. Scores are in, 222 to 209. A full 6 ranking points for the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance walking away with 2. Let's send it over to the RoboSports Network so they can give us some analysis.
All right, the Red Alliance takes the win there, bumping up 94-42 and 604 up 1 in the rankings. Now, tell me a little bit about that algae game played in that match.
Yeah, it definitely, you could see coming out of auto, it was a pretty close match, 47-42, 973 coming out and having their algae auto, which we haven't seen much of, but they've definitely got it in the bank, and they pretty much immediately start focusing on working through clearing up all of the algae, which is something that we've noticed the entire event. The more algae you have off of that field and the cleaner your side is, the easier it is for you to really just focus on the coral and not have to worry about stuff getting in your way. And it really, I really think it helped them keep up with this. And you can see a little bit through the match. Link also pivots. It looks like maybe they had a little bit of intake issues, and they thought really well on their feet and switched over. You can see them traveling over the other side of the field, and since Red didn't do much with the algae, they just dropped it on the floor. They left it really susceptible for the Blue Lines to come over and try and capitalize on that.
Yeah, and I mean, close match score at the end, small margins making the difference, and these are the kind of strategic things that you need to think through. So, a lot of coral scored on both sides, but you could see the difference in the net algae, 10 to 5 allowing the Blue Alliance to keep it close, even though maybe the match wasn't going exactly how they wanted it to.
Yeah, and this went really well for Red with Miso jumping up into 3 and 604 Quicksilver jumping up into 6. All right, let's jump over to match 58. This one should be pretty good. On the Red Alliance, we got team 254, 1678, and 1671. Big firepower alliance. If you're the Blue Alliance, Evan, how are you going to play this?
Well, I think for our Blue Alliance, all of these teams are not really in contention for one. Well, actually, Octobots, I think, are up there.
Octobots is
So
an 8,
this is a
yes.
big match for them. You're just trying to secure all the RPs you can. And, Bare Metal's had a bit of a rocky event here, so they're definitely trying to bounce back, show what they can do, and maybe pop off right before we get to playoffs.
Yeah, I think when you have a team like Bare Metal, you know what their ceiling is, right? They have a phenomenal robot and a phenomenal team, so even though the standings might not be reflective of it, they're going to go out there and they're going to put up a really good fight. So
Yeah, I mean, we've seen all throughout yesterday consistency matters, and any given match, something can go not your way, and this is a game of small margins. So, Red's got the firepower, but that doesn't mean that Blue's out of it by any means.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they play any opportunistic defense, send anybody over to try and shuffle up. We know with the high-level alliances, it can be really easy to disrupt that flow, which can cause a lot of issues further into the match when you're trying to really facilitate. You've got the full reef, and you've got to go to very specific spots. So there's plenty of opportunities to disrupt that so you can come back and catch up. And with that, we'll send it down to the field for match number 58.